Oh, no, there.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. This is our 4th general member meeting, and let's get started.
All right, so just a quick announcement before we start. So next Saturday, so November 14th, is the Best Buddies Friendship Walk, and I got contacted by Joe Christensen to just present a little bit about this and like spread the word a little bit more. Some of you may have heard about it. I had not heard about it at the time, so I'm glad he contacted me. It's going to take place at the Shell, and essentially what it is like the little description there, the Friendship Walk changes lives as participants walk for inclusion, friendship, leadership, and opportunity for people with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities. I guess some of the things that will be there are Zumba, free Chipotle. That seems like a pretty big draw. I might go for that. I guess you can sign up in like groups or teams, or you can just sign up as an individual and go. I don't know like a ton about it, but it sounds like a really neat opportunity. So I put the sign up link down there, and also Joe's email if you have any more specific direct questions for him. Shoot him an email. I'm sure he has all the answers. So,
cool. Okay, so this is a great opportunity for someone to step up and become more of a leader in the club. So when we started the Leadership in Adaptive Fitness Club, we had 2 main goals. One was to promote like ability and disability awareness, and the other was to improve the program. So promote the program, but then also improve it. And so this is one of the things that I and a few people have identified as a possible thing to improve, and that's the use of our folders. So one idea that's already out there is an end of semester recap. So at the end of this semester, we'll have the client and the person that they're working with work on 3 things. One, they'll say like what the client did that semester, the main thing that they worked on, where they started that semester and where they finished. So could they walk at the beginning of the semester, or can they now, like that type of thing, and then setting a goal for next semester. And the reason why I think this is important is because it makes those folders more useful. Right now we just record what we do. We don't do anything with it. There's no like plan that's developed or overarching goal. And so this reminds, specifically the second point, it reminds clients when they come back, like where they were at when they finished, and if they've dropped in their ability, like their fitness level or ability to do something, they'll be aware of it quickly without having to go through all of their logs of what they did each day with their helper. So we're open to other ideas. Someone could take it on and just prepare that for the end of the semester, or someone could take on this and make it larger by like going through the folders or developing it in some other way. But we really just want to improve the effectiveness of this program, and I think this is one of the ways to improve it. So after we hear from our speaker and we break up into some of the smaller activities, just come and talk to me if you're interested, okay?
All right, so updates on Badgers Adapt. It's coming up soon, just so everybody knows. It's this Saturday, and it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Surf. Tabling is going really well, I think. Thank you to those of you who have tabled so far. A few tips that I've kind of found out from the few sessions that I've tabled. You kind of have to be pushy. You kind of have to shout it out there like, hey, do you guys want to hear about a cool event? Something like that, and then just like hand them the flyer, because just something to keep in mind about handing out the flyers is they might leave them on a dining hall table and someone else might happen to pick it up. So even if we can just get those flyers out into circulation, that can be a really big thing in itself. Yeah, so thanks for that. And then just make sure that you're checking the schedule because we do have some more tabling for this week. Let's see. So as far as day of signups, we're doing really well on the numbers of volunteers that we have. A few places that we kind of need some more people are for the sit ski booth. And then the best way to go about it is to just contact Tim, like go up to him in your adapted class, and then ask him to kind of show you how that works. I will know how it works. I'm going to be trained to do that this week, so I can help people the day of if it comes to that. But we would definitely prefer to get people signed up, hopefully before the day of the event. And then the LAF table is going to be well staffed except for from 12 to 1. So just for that 1 hour, if anybody has the time to just jump in there, that would be great. And again, you can come see me after the meeting and we can get you signed up. And I'll also send out that link through emails for you guys. We also need more volunteers for the adapted fitness table. Just like one more volunteer would be fine to run that table. But again, I'll be discussing that with people during my session to kind of recruit people from adapted, like other volunteers that maybe aren't involved in LAF. So I think we'll be all okay there. And then, like I said,
can you quickly explain what people would be doing at the LAF table or at the adapted fitness table?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it'll kind of just be like the tabling that we've done. So if people come up to your table, just kind of explain to them what we are, like what do we do at LAF, and just explain that we're a support for the EW Adapted Fitness program. So just kind of, explain what we are, what we do, and then how they can get involved. And I'll actually have like flyers made up for you guys to hand out, and that'll be just there at the table. So again, it's very comparable to tabling. Just make sure you let them know what each program, what we're all about, and just talk to them. And if you have any questions, you can always come grab me. I can talk to them too.
One more question.
Yeah.
We also, at both of those tables, have a way for someone to sign up with their email and their name if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Again, like just audience participation here. Do you guys think that should just be like a paper sheet or like a laptop kind of sheet? Is it easier just paper maybe? Just do it that way? You think, Kate?
Well, on the logistics end, for like the person that ends up having to email these people, wouldn't it be easier for them to type in a new computer and then just already have it on?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can bring my laptop the day of, but then we would need somebody else's laptop too.
Like, are you going to be able to be there for a certain amount of time or for the whole time?
From 10 to 12.
Okay.
I would be willing, like, if it's just easier as far as, I mean, I could just type it up into a document too. If we just had like a paper sheet, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I just think that might be easier than trying to like coordinate whose laptop is where, and because people are leaving and, you know, coming and going. So yeah, so we can do that. So that's good to know. And then let's see, what else do I have? So this is like the official layout, which is really exciting. I actually just got this like a few hours ago. And then this is in Gym 2 of the surf. So this is kind of where like all the student org tables and stuff are going to be. So right here in this area, this is where all the speakers are going to be. And I'll actually show you guys the schedule for who's speaking at what time right after this slide. So that's what's going on here. Occupause, that's like the service animal presentation. So they actually will have some dogs and stuff there, which is pretty cool. And they'll be doing a speech as well, but they'll just have a table set up there. And then food is going to be right here. And we have food from university housing. I'm not sure exactly what that entails. I also know that Jamba Juice will be there, so some people are really excited about that. So that's pretty awesome. That's where we are. LAF is going to be right there. And then some of the other student orgs that we've had listed before are just going to be kind of like all around the outside of Gym 2. Yes.
And as far as wheelchair accessibility goes, Kate and I were trying to figure this out earlier, but there's like a hallway between Gym 2 and the Gym 1 where there's like another staircase and an elevator in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
and we have specific people signed up to be like the elevator runners, like coming down, bringing people up and back, because that can be a big deal because it's kind of a difficult building to navigate.
Do you know where the elevator is on that diagram?
Yeah, it'd be like, what?
Oh.
I think
If
it's
anyone wants to
called,
look,
Yeah, it's over by Gym 1. It's in the wrong direction.
like along that far left blue line. Like there's a hallway right there.
Okay. Got it. So people will enter Gym 2 right
Right where
near
it
the
says,
Gym
like,
1.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but is there any point on like where it...
Go for it.
Okay.
So then other
So,
people can see it.
basically, there's a door here that leads to another gym, and there's a hallway. So there's another gym, there's a hallway, there's the bathrooms right here, the staircase is here, and the elevators are right here too.
Okay.
So they're just going to need to come up, and then this is just a hallway, and then they'll go right to the gym.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. And then another important thing for people who are going to be, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Let's start. The elevator runners, you might want to ask them to kind of peek at the bathroom doors are a pain on that floor. So just when people are running up and down elevator stuff, just periodically see if anybody's, knock down, drag out fight with the door.
Okay. Sounds
really
good. No, that's really
really
good to know.
bad.
Yeah, I will absolutely let them know that. And then the other thing I was going to mention as far as like day of, like where you're supposed to go, just meet in gym 2. So whenever you're supposed to be there, come find me or another LAF member that will direct you to me because I'll just be running all over the place. So yeah, just go there for the day of. Yes.
Quick question. So setup time starts at 9 a.m., right?
Yep.
But the surf, is it going to be like, am I going to be able to get in?
Yeah, actually on the next slide, I was just going to go to
Okay.
that. It's kind of like a breakdown of
Because it
that.
doesn't open until 10, right?
Yeah, this is like really difficult to see even for me actually on here.
Right. I mean, right.
But 8 o'clock a.m. is when the doors are going to open, Tina, just so you know. 8 a.m. Like there'll be, like there's a lot of like rec sports people that are going to be working there as well. It's not like we're the only people that are staffing it. So they'll be there at 8 a.m. And then we didn't tell the vendor, we kind of prefer that the vendors don't come until 9, but they can come as early as 8:30. So then you guys will come at like 9 a.m. If you're like this setup crew, like that's the earliest time that we would need anybody, because all of these things are going to be set up at that point. It's just kind of like coordinating, like helping the vendors get to their table and get them everything that they need. Is kind of going to be more of the role of the setup crew. And then, yeah, just as far as more of a visual, because we have a lot of things going on at Badgers Adapt, the sitting volleyball tournament will be in Gym 1. And Gym 2 is that diagram that I just showed you guys. So that's going to be like all the tables for the orgs, and then the speakers will be in there. And then a power soccer demonstration will be going on in Gym 4. So we've got a lot of space, and it'll all kind of work itself out, I think. And then as far as schedules for speakers, the first speaker is at 10:45, then like 11:30, 12:15. So we're just going to kind of like parcel out the speakers, and the speeches will be going on in the same room with all of like the tabling and that sort of thing. Do you guys have any questions at all?
Which speakers are speaking when? Do you know?
Yeah, absolutely. 10:45 is CXC, so that's like the biathlon stuff. So that's like the sit ski, laser shooting. Like they'll have that set up, but then they'll also do a speech and just kind of talk about how all that stuff works. 11:30, I think it says. Occupause will do a speech, so they're the group that has the service animals and all that stuff. And then 12:15 is when the two guest speakers from the Whitewater men's wheelchair basketball team they'll go, and they kind of want to show off some of their like videos and stuff, which are actually like super, super cool. Yeah, any other questions at all, guys? I'm trying to like give you as much as I know, kind of trying to stay in the loop with everything, but no questions. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Did you want me to add anything else, Kate?
I think it's good.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'm going to apologize right away because I don't really have a voice. But I'm Kaylin, for those of you guys who don't know me. I'll be coordinating Berkey and the Badger State Games this year. So Berkey is an event that our athletes have skied in the past. It's on February 19th of this, so it'll be the next semester. It's in Hayward, Wisconsin. It's been an overnight trip in the past, and that's probably what it's going to be again because it works out the best for everyone to get situated. And they have us racing pretty early, right, Adam? It's like 10 or 11 a.m.
I think it's 10.
Yeah, so it just wouldn't be possible because I believe it's almost a 4-hour drive to where we stay. So
And then it's another hour.
yeah, it's another hour. So it's
Because there's no way we can get
No.
into Hayward. It's nuts.
yeah. So there's a lot of travel with that. That's an overnight trip, definitely. And then something that we haven't done yet is Badger State Games, but Autumn and Betty have been getting the ball rolling with the man who coordinates Badger State Games. So that event takes place in Wausau, Wisconsin, which is only an hour north of us. So it could possibly be a day trip or an overnight trip. We're not sure about that yet. Actually, after we break into small groups, after our speaker presents, I'm going to have Autumn, at least, and whoever else is interested in at least hearing about the Berkey or Badger State Games, we're going to break off into small groups, and we're actually going to talk about what we would like to see at Badger State Games because Betty and Autumn have been fundamental to like how they're going to run their adaptive ski program. And so the man that we've been talking to, John Burke, really wants to hear from us what we would like to see for it to be a successful event. And then Winterfest was just mentioned. It's just the race around the Capitol.
Yeah.
I believe Betty skied it in the past. Have you skied it before, Autumn?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
And it's been different every year.
Okay.
So it's kind of
Okay.
not something you can plan.
Plan ahead.
It's part of Winterfest, and
Yeah.
there's a portion of it where one year it was a race, another year it was a demonstration. So it's
Okay. Well, we'll wait to
really
see
cool
details
this
on that
year,
one.
So I don't think a lot of people. Maybe it was intended
Okay.
to be a race type thing, and then turned into a demonstration. I don't know.
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
when we cornered John Burke.
Nice. Good job. Way to get the ball rolling. So that's a possibility, having our clients ski Winterfest too. But I think that would be more of a like everyone does their own thing. Meet us there. We'll have some helpers there. So I'm for at least the first two events, we will need volunteers from the classes who want to go with and help the athletes ski, and we're going to need to recruit people who actually want to ski also. So we'll be presenting this in the adapted fitness classes when we have all the details worked out, and that will be happening soon. And I know it's kind of hard because we don't know schedules for next semester yet, but at least the Berkey is a Friday commitment as well as a Saturday commitment. And haven't you left Thursday night in the past?
Yeah.
So keep in mind that it's not the same schedule that you have now. So I don't want anyone to commit without knowing what their like class commitments are. So we will bring this up and get the dates out so people know what's available, especially the clients.
We can also, like as an idea, here and in the adaptive fitness classes, just get like a sign up of interest. You
Mhm.
don't have to commit.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea actually to get the ball rolling that way. So yeah, what the athletes are doing is sit skiing. So everyone better go to Badgers Adapt and understand how a sit ski works if you're at all interested in any of this. So yeah, check out the demos there, and then let me know if you're interested in helping either to plan or to fundraise, because we aren't starting from scratch with the funds for these events, but it's nice to keep a cushion if we decide to do more than one event, because I know they have enough to cover this year's Berkey, but it depends how many clients we have going, how many rooms we need to rent, like hotel rooms, what gas costs are, all of that. So if you're interested in getting involved in any way, just let me know and I'll get your name and email down and I'll keep you up to date on anything that's coming up with it. Again, sorry about my voice.
Okay, so I don't have a ton of new updates for you on the open house, but just to let you know, it'll be Thursday, April 21st, which is the week of the Disability Awareness Week. So we're officially partnering with Advocates for Diverse Abilities and Best Buddies to kind of collaborate efforts during that week and make it a bigger deal on campus. We're also talking with Best Buddies and ADA about what speaker we want to choose. They have a venue booked already. I'm pretty sure it's the theater at Memorial Union. So this Sunday I'm talking with them, and we're going to try to get more on the same page with all of that. We also have been talking about a new format for the client bios, which I don't know if you guys remembered from last year, but they were just those sheets with the client's pictures posted. We're going to touch on this a little bit later, but they're going to be more of like the Humans of New York, if you guys are familiar with that, like that layout. So we want to have the clients in action doing something that they have been working on or really enjoy doing in adapted fitness, and then kind of why they chose that action, just to have a little bit more insight in what they're doing and make it more personal for each person. And then as we go ahead with planning for the open house, one of the big things is reaching out to people on campus as well as different PTs and OTs in the Madison area. So outreach to all those people is going to be a huge, it's going to be a lot of work. So if anyone wants to step up and become more of a leader in the club, talk to me and you can help take on some more of that responsibility. Yes.
I have like a big list of PTs and OTs that I've contacted for Badges Adapt.
Mhm.
So whoever decides that they're going to do the outreach coordinator should definitely contact me.
because I can give you that big list and you can just copy and paste emails.
Awesome. That makes it a lot easier then. But it would be very helpful for me if someone can kind of take charge of that. Obviously, you won't be all on your own doing that. But if anyone's interested, let me know. And when we break out, I can talk to you about that. And then this is just a reminder about the penny war starting in class tomorrow. I think you guys have probably all heard the rules enough this past week. But the jars are going to be opening tomorrow during class, and they'll be open until November 17th, which is the Tuesday, over a full week before Thanksgiving. And then the winning class is going to be announced on Thursday, November 19th. So bring in your pennies for your own class and your other coins and bills for the other class, because you guys all know the punishment that Tim said of 40,000 whatever.
No one ever knows.
Yeah.
Literally losing every week.
Yeah.
I lose twice. But I
Well, just choose which class you want to make do more work. Maybe the class with more people in it, they should actually lose.
Skew it in that direction.
Okay, and then I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So the Penny Wars is going to be a great fundraiser. Unfortunately, our vintage fundraiser was canceled. And we're still working on the GoFundMe, and hopefully we'll have it up maybe by next semester. So it's basically just a website that you can share with friends and family, email it, Facebook, whatever, and people can just make general donations. It's our first semester, and unfortunately we haven't had that many fundraising events, but we're still trying. And we're gonna need a replacement for me next semester because I'm going abroad. So if anyone is interested, please contact me and let me know.
Okay, so Hannah has lab at this time, and sometimes she doesn't get out in time to come. So I'm going to kind of fill in for her. If she gets here later, she can fill in if I've not explained it adequately. But Rose started to explain this new initiative, Humans of New York, Humans of Adapted Fitness. If anyone has a better name idea, please say it. Yeah, we just, we want to make it something that happens every day, or every week. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, starting over. So basically, Hannah has an awesome camera, and someone from the Leadership in Adapted Fitness Club in each class will be walking around with that camera and going up to clients and asking them, just kind of talking with them, asking, we're taking action shots for the future open house to replace the bios that we had last year. But we want you to do something that you feel represents what this program does for you, what you've achieved. It can be honestly anything that the client wants to do. But we think these action shots are better than just the headshots of last semester, because the entire program is about action, not headshots. So the other layer to that is Hannah, as our marketing coordinator, will be using these pictures and these quotes that we get each class to pick one client per week to kind of highlight on our Facebook page. And what else should I?
They're going to be announced in class too.
And they're going to be announced in class. Yeah, I think that's it. Anything else? Okay, great.
Wait, one more thing with that though.
Yes.
For volunteers in adaptive fitness and clients, start encouraging your client to think about what they want to do and kind of get that idea in their head. So then it's not someone's coming up with a camera and they're I don't know what I want to do. So they can start thinking about it ahead of time.
Yeah. That also reminded me, we will explain this tomorrow in all the classes. One of us will explain it at the beginning when Tim talks, and then yeah, just like right after we explain this first session, really talk to your client about what they might want to do, as Rose said. So then we also have a reminder that our leadership and adaptive fitness t-shirts are on sale. You go to this tinyurl.com website, and the order closes. Does it close on the 7th? Yes. So yeah, just a reminder. It'll be in our email that we send out. Yeah. And now we're going to hear from Katie Jo Brookshire. She'll explain exactly what she's here for.
Yes. Hi, thank you for having me. I don't want to take a lot of your time, so I'll be brief. But have you guys heard of Easter Seals? Do you guys know what that is? So it's a nonprofit organization that is located all over the country, and it has different branches in different states. We have one here in Madison, Easter Seals, Wisconsin, and it operates different programs that seek to improve the lives of individuals with disabilities. So I'm more affiliated with the camp program within that, and we also have our farm program, which different workers go out into farmers and help them to adapt if they have disabilities so that they can continue to farm. And I am the outreach coordinator for our camps that we operate. So Easter Seals Wisconsin operates 2 camps in the Wisconsin Dells. Do you guys know where the Wisconsin Dells is? It's like an hour from here. And these 2 camps basically just seek to give children and adults with disabilities the same camp experience that every other person gets the opportunity to have. So we operate 2 camps in the Wisconsin Dells located in within a few minutes of each other. And our first camp, Camp Wabeek, is for more high-functioning disabilities, and these are individuals who do well within groups. So what a typical camp weekend would look like was a counselor would be paired with another counselor usually, and you have a group of 3 campers, and you do different programming activities throughout the week or weekend. So I'll be programming this upcoming weekend, and it's going to be a building theme. It's high-functioning autism. So we're going to be doing a lot of craft projects, running around, scavenger hunts, and we also take a town trip into Wisconsin Dells, and we'll do a corn maze. So that's Camp Wabeek, and then we also operate Respite Camp, which is for individuals who have a little bit of higher needs. So this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So our counselors are paired with 1 person for the weekend, and it's very similar to Camp Wabeek. You do different programming, different activities, but you're just one-on-one with a person. So we are always looking for volunteers for these different camp weekends. And basically what it means to be a volunteer at a camp weekend is you would come on a Friday at around 3 o'clock, and you'd get about a 2-hour training, and then eat dinner, look at your camper files. Your camper or campers would arrive, and you'd basically hang out through the week and guide them on a camp experience. I mean, have any of you guys been to camps when you were a little younger? It's a great experience, and this is an awesome opportunity to provide to individuals with disabilities and then their families as well. It offers them some respite. So I'm just here to let you know about this opportunity. We have weekends that run all throughout the year. So we have a weekend next weekend, a weekend the next weekend, December 4th through the 6th, December 27th to the 30th, and then we also have weekends all throughout the spring semester, which based on now how late we are getting into the fall semester, maybe would be a good opportunity for you guys. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about how it works? We always have volunteers coming from the Madison area, so if you need a ride, you can definitely get a ride. And if you have a car and you take 4 people, you get a gas card for $25. And then the typical camp weekend, if you're there for the weekend, it's Friday to 3 to Sunday to 3. And so it's a great opportunity to get about 50 hours of volunteer service in. And once you volunteer one time, then you can then return as paid staff. Yeah.
So just to reiterate, it's something that's going on throughout the entire year.
Mm-hmm. It goes on throughout the entire year. It's about every other weekend that we'll operate camp, and it'll be typically we have either respite camp going or WABEEK. We don't like to do a lot of double weekends, but double weekends will happen. And so if you go on Easter Seals Wisconsin, the website, you can look up the different camp weekends. In addition, I have some flyers that I'll pass out for you guys that have some information on it, and I have my business card, and you can contact me or the volunteer coordinator who is constantly sending up different volunteers for the weekends. It's a really great opportunity to hang out with individuals with disabilities. Yeah.
Does this go into the summer as well?
It does. So we operate camp weekends, and then we also operate our typical summer programs. So those are week-long programs, and you can then be staff. We also do volunteers during the summer, but it's not as big as a program. And we also have positions for AmeriCorps during the summer and each semester as well. So if you're interested in serving a term of AmeriCorps, it's a great experience to work as a camp counselor, get paid, and then also get the education award. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Are the camps broken up by age group or by?
Nope. So we serve all ages. The littlest kid that I've hung out with is about 4, and then up to about 50. And they can come in the same weekend. So respite camp is just every weekend we have campers of all abilities and disabilities coming. And then WABEEK has specific programming weekends. So we'll do an adults weekend, we'll do a youth weekend, we'll do a high functioning autism weekend, a transitions weekend. But respite is just anybody who can come all together in the same weekend. Yeah.
Is there anything you look for your volunteers to have?
Experience working with individuals with disabilities is great, but honestly, I have seen some of the best volunteers have 0 experience whatsoever. So there's really nothing that you have to have in order to volunteer. You do have to go through an application process, which is on Easter Seals Wisconsin. You'll do a small screening for an interview, and then you do have to go through a background check, but we complete the background check for you. We typically don't turn away any volunteers. Yeah. Yeah, and everything is on Easter Seals Wisconsin. The application process, the email to email our volunteer coordinator, and then I'll give you my email if you guys think of any follow-up questions. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It doesn't want to stay on.
Great. Well, thank you for letting me speak.
Yeah, thank you for telling me that. Okay. So, there probably was miscommunication between us and Betty, but we were going to work on thank you cards today, but I think we'll postpone this to a later date. Yeah, so I think now what would be great is if everyone can kind of break out into where you want to go. So again, board members, like, raise your hand and just briefly say who you would need to come over and talk with you today further for this time. Yep.
Anyone who wants to know more about Berkey, or tonight we're going to be talking about Badger State games more specifically, just kind of planning for that. If you want to listen in, that's great. If you feel like doing something else, that's also great, because we don't have a lot to go with as of right now. We have to kind of wait until we hear back from John Burke. So if you want to be involved in like preliminary planning, come see me. Otherwise, help out one of the other guys.
Anyone who might be interested in being on the board next semester, like as a fundraiser coordinator.
For me, if you're interested in working on the folders, come talk to me.
And if you want to help with outreach for the open house, come talk to me. Or if you have any ideas for the open house.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys.